Sunday morning, a lethal domestic fallout sent a massive shockwave throughout the entire city. Around 4:30 am, Alexandria cops hit a house on Ronmar Drive after a violent domestic call. They found two bodies, 38-year-old Shaterrica Smith, along with 42-year-old Tracy Johnson. Both had gunshot wounds, but it looks like Johnson turned the weapon on himself in the end. Detectives are looking into this as a lethal domestic incident. Please hit up the local police if you know about what happened here. Shaterrica Smith was a woman who moved with total confidence, dressed to kill, lived her truth, and never asked to be hall passed to be her own boss. Her man spent years catching every single second of their life on camera for the world to see. The trips and laughs made thousands believe they were seeing a perfect love story play out online. But the lens missed the dark shift happening behind the closed doors of their private home. Check out my stunning wife. This is what winning looks like for a man like me. My girl asked to go grab drinks with her crew, and I said, "Baby, you are damn right. Just let them know you're already taken." She pointed at that massive diamond on her hand. Puerto Rico vibes, baby. Your hair is looking fire with that new color you got. On March 30th, 2025, a 911 call hit dispatch before sunrise from a Terica neighborhood. When the sirens stopped, the scene inside changed. How anyone would ever view those happy social clips again. Before we dive in, hit that like button, share your thoughts below, and subscribe to Crime on Pulse so you never miss a case. Shaterrica Danielle Smith was born on November 9th, 1986, in the heart of Alexandria. Raised by her mother, Terry Smith, she grew up with a strong woman as her foundation. Family called her Terica. Even as a kid, she had a spark that drew people in. She was bold and direct, making sure everyone knew she was in the building without saying much. After finishing high school in 2005, she started building her own lane from scratch. By 2012, she was running her own tax firm, Max Tax, while working another job. She was a boss, handling her clients and her own schedule like a true professional. She did it all while raising two kids who were the heartbeat of her entire life. She made sure they were straight and always felt the massive weight of her motherly love. The relationship with their dad ended, but they kept it smooth for the sake of the children. Shaterrica lived out loud. She loved fashion and hitting the town exactly how she wanted to. Social media was her stage, and she didn't hesitate to show the world her flyest side. She made zero excuses for her life. Then she crossed paths with a man named Tracy Johnson. Tracy was a local guy known as Tricky T, claiming he could do just about anything. He was a jack of all trades who talked a big game about his many different talents. According to him, he had mastered 95% of everything he ever tried to do. Some days he was a barber. Other days he was painting, cooking, flipping cars, betting, or even trying to make it big in music. He acted like he was always on the grind, even without a steady 9 to 5 to his name. Early on, Tracy was all in. He treated her like gold and made her feel truly special. He cooked and pampered her with spa days and expensive ice to show his love. These 10 carats are the real deal. It's heavy on the wrist, I'm telling you. Only for a classy lady. What do you think about this drip? Beautiful. Thank you, we got that Louis Vuitton bag too. Most people won't even recognize this brand. And fresh nails never lie. Pick your favorite style, too, or even through. Fellas, there's nothing wrong with treating your queen like she is actual royalty in this war. She finally felt like she mattered. After that last heartbreak, Shaterrica was ready to catch feelings again. Tracy stepped up with exactly what she needed, looking like the man she'd been praying for. A guy who really saw her and hyped her up. By April 16th, 2022, they tied the knot. That wedding was a movie, kicking off a life lived right in front of the cameras. Once they hitched, Tracy went viral crazy. Every dinner and flight became another post for the feed. He had this one catchphrase he'd spam constantly, always calling her his stunning wife like a wind. It was in every clip. The internet ate it up, blowing up their comments with nothing but love. Fans were calling them relationship goals, wishing they had a love story just like that. Baby, I'm the GOAT, for real. I'm out here doing her hair, getting those curls tight. You feel, you listening. I'm hands-on with it. There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for my lady. I'm a sucker for romance, just like Frito Bang said. Yeah, I'm straight up whipped for her. Those curls are fire, bro. Check my wife out. Girl, you're looking like a whole snack. You feel me? You're the whole damn bag of chips. baby flamin' hot Doritos. Just look at her. Peep the hair length. She's giving that authentic Puerto Rican princess vibe. And check the shape. Look at that. But why all can't even name the designer drip I got her wearing right now. Know what I mean? She's rocking the UGG slides today, keeping it fly and comfortable. See that? Look at the camo jeans. That's just how we move out here. On the gram, the vibe was perfect. Everyone thought they were watching a real-life fairy tale. Sudden whistle. Something was off with Team Johnson. If you looked closer, the play started getting douchey. Tracy controlled the lens, picking the angles and deciding exactly what the public was allowed. Meanwhile, Shaterrica started fading. If you really looked, that natural boss energy and easy confidence just wasn't Eve. You could see a weight in her eyes, a bone-deep exhaustion that the happy captions couldn't hide. It was getting dark. Chill out, do that Ricky Bobby pose. Come on, give the camera what it wants. Keep it moving. But by 2025, the vibes at home had completely turned toxic. Word is their blow-ups were happening way more often and getting way more aggressive. The front they put up for followers was a total lie compared to their actual reality. Seems like Tracy couldn't handle Shaterrica finding her voice again and doing her own thing. Hitting the town, posting solo pics and making moves without asking permission. The sweet guy she first fell for was gone, vanishing into thin air. He posted a clip talking about Shaterrica going out for a few rounds with her girls. The way he talked, it was obvious he thought she needed his green light just to leave. Even when he let her go, he reminded her to tell everyone she was off the market. Look at my gorgeous wife. That's what I call a total win right there. She asked if she could go grab drinks with her crew. I told her, girl, you better believe it. I told her, make sure they know you remind. She pointed at that rock on her finger. Damn straight. For a boss who built her own company and raised her kids her own way, being treated like a child didn't fly. Shaterrica started moving even more on her own. Late nights with the girls, vacations, and her own social media posts. She was reclaiming her life, stepping far away from the couple brand Tracy had built. By late February 2025, she dropped a post that sounded like a final warning. She spoke on being a strong woman and how some guys try to break that. She said, when you relax and you know your worth, someone's always gonna try to dim your light or make you feel small. Look, it's those insecure women with zero self-worth who keep gassing these dudes up, making me teens up. But me, I don't play those games. If I don't set the standard, who will? Nobody is outranking me, and I'm gonna keep reminding myself of that daily. She wasn't holding anything back. She put it all out there for the world, and anyone tuned in knew exactly what she was getting. On March 30th, 2025, in those quiet hours before dawn, neighbors on Ronmar Drive in Alexandria heard screaming, then the sound of lead flying from the Johnson place. A 911 call reported a domestic fight at the 5900 block. The police rolled up and breached the front door. Inside, they found Shaterrica and Tracy totally gone. Both were pronounced dead on the scene. A tragic murder-suicide early Sunday morning left the whole city shook. Alexandria PD says around 30. They hit that 5900 block on Ronmar and found two bodies as soon as they stepped inside. 38-year-old Shaterrica Smith and 42-year-old Tracy Johnson. Investigators say both took bullets, but it looks like Johnson turned the gun on himself. They're treating this as a murder-suicide. APT is asking anyone with the real tea on this situation to call the number on the screen. Whatever drama was brewing those final weeks, or whatever went down in those early hours, things reached a breaking point where there was no turning back. The detectives eventually figured out Tracy was the one who pulled the trigger first, but the rest, the final words, the exact moment it all went south, that's buried with them forever. There's nobody left to tell the story or face the music in a courtroom. April 16th, 2025, barely 2 weeks later, would have been their third anniversary. The fans who watched them online for years couldn't wrap their heads around the lie they were actually living. The gap between the screen and real life was massive. That same day, Shaterrica's best friend posted. She wrote about losing a light that made everything better just by being in the room. The laughs, the late night talks, the kind of bond where you show up no matter what happens. months. She called Shaterrica her ride or died, a real loyal soul, saying she'd cherish every second they had. Then that same friend posted again, and this time, she wasn't just grieving, she wanted justice. She talked about taking every bit of info she had straight to the precinct. She called out the ones who smiled at Shaterrica while keeping dirty secrets behind her back. She put him on blast, the fake friends and the people from the office, all of them. She vowed that anyone who stayed silent when they should be spoken up would be held accountable. Shaterrica used to call her the investigator, and now she was putting those skills to work. That post left everyone wondering, did someone miss a chance to step in and save her? Who knew what? Who saw the red flags? On April 12, 2025, they laid Shaterrica at her final resting place. The people who truly loved her built something powerful in her name. They launched Terica's Touch Foundation to honor her love for beauty and style, focused on fashion and helping people feel like they were worth something. It was their way of keeping her fire burning on that Sunday morning, March 30th, 2025, right before all went down. Shaterrica was on social media talking about how much she loved spoiling her babies. She said if they wanted it and she could swing it, they got it. Period. That was a mother pouring into her kids, making sure they felt that love just hours before the end. On November 9th, 2025, what would have been her 39th birthday, the squad day, telling stories and holding on to the woman she was, keeping her memory alive just like she'd want. The world keeps turning and crime never sleeps. Keep your eyes open, trust your gut, and never ignore the warning signs. Catch you on the next file. Thanks for riding with us. That hit home. Move it, babe. Do your thing. We live. What's the word? Copy, kill the connection. Now there's a way cleaner run. Damn. Word, your play. Gotta make it count. Don't. She built a business from nothing. She raised her kids alone. She dressed like confidence was her middle name. Shaterrica Smith was the kind of woman who lit up every room she walked into, and then the world watched her look simporita, like a light was a fairy tale. But here's the truth nobody wants to face. Sometimes the most dangerous place a woman can be is inside a picture-perfect relationship. Coercive control doesn't always look like bruises. Sometimes it looks like, make sure they know you retake. Sometimes it sounds like asking permission to go out with your own friends. When a grown woman has to ask for a hall pass to live her life, that's not love. That's a cage, dress up in designer clothes, and diamond rings. The cameras captured every vacation, every gift, every smile. But cameras don't follow you behind closed doors. They don't record the moment the control turns into something you can escape. Shaterrica saw it coming. She spoke her true truth publicly just weeks before the end. She said no one would harm herself, that courage deserved a chance to bloom. If someone in your life is slowly shrinking, going quiet, asking permission, disappearing from who they used to be, don't look away. That silence can be a cry for help. And if you read the one shrinking, hear this: your independence is not a threat, your confident threat, and not need once. Read light in light to be yourself. Shaterrica's children lost their mother, her best friend lost her ride or die, her community lost a boss to boot her, a lie. Her legacy lives on through Terica's Touch Foundation, a reminder that even after tragedy, love finds a way to keep burning. Trust your gut, know your worth, and never let anyone, no matter how many carats are on that ring, make you feel like you need permission to exist. Shaterrica deserved better, so do you. If you or someone you know needs help, please reach out to the Domestic Violence Line 7972-233.